So as we extend the invitation this evening, one of the last things I said during our class time is that when we forgive, the blessing in it is for us. And one of the reasons is if we've not forgiven someone, we've not placed ourselves in a position for God to forgive us. But there's more to it than that. It's actually very practical. You may be familiar with the story of Corrie ten Boom. She and her family worked to help many Jewish people escape from the Nazis during the Holocaust, World War II. They hid folks in their home. Corrie and her family were eventually caught. She was arrested, sent to a German concentration camp, narrowly escaped the gas chamber herself. But her story's fascinating, and if you attempt to put yourself in her shoes, all she saw, all she dealt with, how it's no small wonder that she wasn't jaded forever and filled with hate toward a group of people who had destroyed so many lives. And yet she was a person of faith who understood something powerful about forgiveness. This is one of the things she wrote. She said, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free, and to discover the prisoner was you." When you forgive, one of the blessings in it is actually for you because you set yourself free. Yes, the pain was real. But when you begin that process of forgiving, you're no longer dwelling on that. You're no longer having to think about that. And that you may think about it from time to time, but you truly set yourself free. It's not something about the other person. We could say more, but we don't have time to. If there's someone that you're struggling with, if you have extended forgiveness, and maybe that's a really hard thing for you, a couple of proactive things we can do. Lift that person up in prayer who's wronged you. It's hard to think evil about somebody when you're praying for them. Pray for that person's spiritual well-being. Pray that they'll be in a right relationship with God if they're not. You might look for an opportunity to be Jesus to that person in some way. Active ministry, positive Christian living is another powerful way to promote healing. But if for whatever reason, if you're still imprisoned by sin today, if you've never obeyed the gospel, if you've not become a Christian, please know God is ready to forgive you. God wants to forgive you. He's waiting on you to respond to Him. If you've not yet been baptized into Christ, don't let the opportunity you have tonight pass you by. If you are a member of the Lord's body, if you need the prayers of the church, we're ready to pray with you and for you. It's simply a question of, have you positioned yourself for God to be able to forgive you? Are you withholding forgiveness from someone tonight? Do you have a relationship that needs reconciliation? If that's something you need to work on, do it tonight. Don't wait. Take action before you go to bed tonight. Because when you forgive the person who needs to be forgiven, you'll be glad you did. If you have a need, let it be known while we stand and while we sing.